Welcome, Aries. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do a new moon in Leo reading for you. And I'm going to jump right in with the Crystal Spirit Oracle. I pulled for you the Seraphos Green Quartz. And this is speaking about your overall well-being, your holistic health. This feels like a card of recovering all of this beautiful green. Is speaking of healing and the healing journey that you're on. I'm going to read a little bit from the Crystal Spirit Oracle Guidebook just to get some clarity on this gem that I have never pulled before. As long as we are humans, we'll face times when the only choice is to accept life on its own terms. But in that acceptance lies the most precious treasure, the gift of now. Surrender to this moment exactly as it is, and your heart will open, releasing what needs to be left behind. As you join with the conscious universe on a journey of your own healing, something wonderful is awaiting you, but first you must be present to what is so that you can have this experience and receive the gift of recognizing that you are stronger than you know. When the wheel of fortune turns, you may look back on this moment as crucial for your growth. Very often, unanswered prayers and unexpected twists of fate lead to the destiny the heart seeks. Trust now in this chapter, this process of acceptance. I love this. This is beautiful. Apparently, this quartz is only found on the Greek island of Seraphos. So this is a very special, very unique crystal, and really does, the crystal itself forms in odd shapes that look like plant life. So we're thinking green here, revival, revitalization in some essential way for you, particularly as it relates to your creative expression, which is the area the moon is shining intensely during what is a total solar eclipse on about the 8th of August of this month. And from the spirit, the soul's journey, I pulled loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Because of the state of your health and your ability to tend to that consciously with gratitude and awareness of how your physical health may reflect your spiritual or emotional conditioning. I believe that this period of revitalizing your health, finding your energy level again, healing some dis-ease or releasing something that is no longer supporting you, that you are being forced to amplify that relationship with yourself. If you feel a sense of loneliness or isolation, it is asking you to tend to that relationship, to value yourself, to prioritize yourself, to become comfortable and accepting of who you are and your gifts. And this feels like a necessary grounding in the present moment that is helping you to identify and to move forward on new ideas, new projects, new partnerships with other co-creators. This is about matching your talents with peers, with friends, with other experts in your designated area of activity. I'm going to pull the present. The Four of Swords is describing this deep healing that you're doing. The healing that you're doing, inclusive of your material or physical experience and conditioning, is helping you to reset your spiritual, your ethical, your moral foundation. And depending on how you resonate with this energy, that is the area that you are currently focused upon in this very moment, in this present moment. So you have long identified patterns that appear to be, what do you say, when they're showing up in your, perhaps your physical body. Perhaps there's a deep cleansing or purification by means of some kind of specific healing you're doing that is helping you to not only release a pattern, but to recognize all that you've learned and gained from the release of experiences that you once identified as perhaps toxic, unfair, unjust, um, unbalanced, and pulling at your self prioritization, which is essential to your creative period that is emerging around you. So, this is really a kind of a cleansing away so that you can step into a kind of visibility, not as a performance, not as validation seeking, but as a way of seeing what's been hidden in many ways in plain sight. So the eclipse gives us that moment, that pause, to allow us to see what we don't see. So this is indicating to me that you are listening before you are stepping out, declaring yourself, calling attention to something you're doing, seeking recognition. And because of this relationship that you're building with yourself, you're building that and stepping into a place of seeking attention for the right reason, being visible, showing up with information, knowledge, new ideas, leadership, that is an authentic expression of your talents and interests. In the past, the King of Pentacles. Wow. This is beautiful because it's indicating that you have uh, become, developed a mastery. I don't want to use the word master, but you've developed a mastery over your physical stability and security. You are satisfied that you are comfortable, that you are supported, that you have what you need as needed. So much so that you are in a place of recognizing your capacity for generosity. And this usually is around sharing the way in which you've gained access to confidence, stability, information that leads you to feeling and being supported in the world, sharing that information with others. For some of you, this is about sharing your healing journey, all the ways that you have found success on your path of wellness is something that you are in a position to share with others. And in the future, the Sun card. Lovely. This is really almost as though your ability to share information, to show up for others, to support others, to gain access and information they need is part of your creative vortex. This vortex is a field of creative activity that has been built up throughout your life. And it all lends to this acceptance of who you actually are and a celebration of that. So this card carries with it a sense that your ability to shine in the world is a sacred reminder to others that you work with, on behalf of, or around, that your wellness, your wholeness, your acceptance of self, your unique gifts is a privilege, that we live in an abundant world, and the ability to fully enjoy that, accept that, to relish in that, to create on the basis of that, to play with that energy and information is really a synthesis of your your creative expression. So you're bringing this incredible sense of power and release to those you work with and for. And so this information in explicating how you've come to your authenticity is helping others to reach theirs. If this reading is resonating for you, Aries, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate your presence here. And I'm going to clarify the King of Pentacles in the past, the Four of Air, the Ten of Fire, the Four of Swords in the present. 2 cards, please. Too many. There's the Temptation and the Ace of Cups, the Sun, the Call, the Judgment card, and the Hierophant. Indeed. Wow. Well, I think this healing that you're doing, and this healing feels physical at its base. So clearly, for you as a relatively conscious and aware person, that healing is evolving into every area of your life. And we have the Four of Swords repeated here from your present energy, clarifying the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Fire. I love the Ten of Fire here, particularly for those of you that are writers. This is literally saying, destroy the script, burn the script, get rid of the expectations of others, or stop validating what others expect of you. Stop giving energy to that. Release your own creative energy, and that not only destroys the old script, the old conditioning, the old expectations, but it helps you in making space for what you're creating, the story that you're telling now. And that story is about change, the one eternal experience in our human lives, change. So you are now becoming an agent of that change through the information you share with others. And this is part of the release of the healing that you're doing, this place of realizing that you've been given sacred information, that you've experienced and lived this sacred information, and that you're now in a position to promote this change for others. And in the present, again, the Four of Swords, the Four of Air in this deck, clarified by the Temptation, which is the Devil in this deck, and the Ace of Water, or the Ace of Cups. This is powerful. I feel as though there is a way in which you have always looked to advise, support, comfort others who were struggling, that is a natural tendency you have, particularly those that you recognize as creatives, imaginative, sensitive, those that are compassionate, that feel and sense much of what's going on in the invisible world around you, that you have seen yourself as a protector of those people. And you have been learning that same protection that you have given to others, and I think for many of you, this is a lifelong pattern, seeing yourself as a healer, as a provider, a caretaker. You're actually learning that these same skills, attributes, and energies can be applied to your own nature. So I see you as stoking or tending your creative imagination in a way that helps you establish and open yourself up to this new spiritual foundation, this new emotional state of gratitude, love, and compassion for others. And it feels as though your tone has shifted. So, from the temptation card or the energy of the devil, one of unbridled passion and the desire for excess and extreme sensory, to one of gentle guidance, the ability to listen before you speak, or to listen and really reflect on what you're hearing before you seek recognition or provide information. So it's as though your own instinct to uh, approach your creative expression as valid as that of those that you surround yourself with, loved ones. You're recognizing that those same energies you must apply to yourself in your own creative experience. And in the future, the Sun card is clarified by the Call and the Hierophant, two major arcana here. So I think this is all confirming this experience that you're having. You're finding your authentic joy in sharing the information, the call to purpose that you have experienced, you are experiencing now. The ability to teach, to guide, to inform, to lead others, to open the door for others with key information. So I do see you seeing yourself as a gatekeeper in many ways, but in a way that is about providing access, using your own experience of wholeness, of joy, of authenticity to lead others into a similar experience, helping them identify. For you in particular, this is around your creative gifts that the world needs to see. The world needs this way of being visible in the world by telling your own story, by opening up your own healing journey for others. So you are helping others to explore what has been hidden within them. And you recognize this is a calling. And for many of you, you're doing this particularly anchored in physical well-being as a result of your own experiences with healing, physical healing, perhaps surprise, dis-ease or discomfort in your physical body is part of stages that are ramping up and showing you ever more burdens, unnecessary burdens, or obstacles, blocks that you are placing before you. And you're testing yourself in many ways as you move forward to share this knowledge with others. So you, as a teacher, as a way shower, as someone who is dedicated to sharing and explicating the joy, pleasure that you found in your present experience, on the other side of physical discomfort or disease, you are finding purpose and sharing that purpose with others. I'm going to finish up this reading with a flower oracle because I've missed the flowers, and I've pulled the heliconia, and the key word is realization. The answer is here. Take heed. Interesting. So yeah, this can be a meditation prompt for many of you, and happy total solar eclipse and new moon in Leo. Namaste.